Hey, this is Brander from Brothers and Sisters channel. On day 6 of Creation Week, God made dinosaurs. Yeah, He made dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were living creatures that only ate plants to begin with, because all He made was good. God also says that He made all the animals and the humans to eat only the plants and not meat, only plants. Just just after the fall, just after the fall, when Adam and Eve sinned, that's when we believe that the animals began to eat meat. After the flood, Noah's flood, humans began also to eat meat. They didn't eat meat before. Dinosaurs. They're scary creatures, right? Would you be scary if you had a dinosaur running for you to eat you? Yeah, I think I'd be scared. Now, dinosaurs have always lived with us, with people. That's why we find poems and legends, just really old legends, all the way back to Babylon. And just there's just so many legends, thousands of legends, to tell of creatures. And they described creatures, and they're very similar to dinosaurs. The bones that we find, dinosaurs. The bones that we find is what we call dinosaurs. And dinosaurs, the word dinosaur was not invented until 1841 by Richard Owens. So before they had to use another word, like dragons, or maybe lizards. How about lizards? Yeah, monsters. No, I don't like monsters. I like dragons. I like dragon stories. I like dragon legends. Now, let's just go in and maybe heard of Beowulf. I'm just gonna sit here and Beowulf. It's actually a classic epic poem of heroism. Let's just read it here. We have the story here. In all of the English language, Beowulf is one of the longest and greatest poems written. It is an epic poem consisting of 3,182 lines of alternative verse. The poem is about the hero Beowulf and his battles with Grendel, the Grendel's mother, and, and finally a dragon. In the beginning, Beowulf travels from his home in Geats to Denmark. Now, I believe Geats is in Sweden, to Denmark to help the king of Danes, Hrothgar. Grendel, a fearsome monster, plagued the king's great hall. Beowulf wounds Grendel, who flees and goes to his cave to die. The next night, Grendel's mother comes to the great hall and kills one of Hrothgar's men to avenge her son. Beowulf tracks her down into her lair and kills her. When he returns to the great hall, he is rewarded with many gifts and great honors. He returns home to Geats, and rules there for 50 years in peace. A dragon begins to terrorize this land when some of its treasure is stolen. The first time Beowulf attacks the dragon with his servants, they are unusual. They are unsuccessful. Unsuccessful. He decides it is best to track the dragon to his lair and attack it then. All of his servants are dead or run away. The only one left to help him is his kinsman, Wiglaf. Beowulf defeats the dragon but is mortally wounded. He is buried by the sea in a burial mound with the dragon's treasure. The only known written copy was written around 1000 AD. The historians believe this poem was first created as early as 700 AD and passed down orally for many years before it was written in the current form. It originally had no title, but in the 19th century people began to refer to the poem by the name of the hero in it. There are two styles of handwriting in the manuscript, suggesting two separate people wrote it. It is thought that the poem was originally created as an elegy, a mournful poem for the king who died at some time in the 7th century. This king was is unknown for this day. The first documented owner of the manuscript was the 16th century scholar Lawrence novel. In the 17th century, a man named Robert Bruce Cotton acquired it for his collection. The manuscript contained Beowulf can be called either the novel or Cottes or Cotton Vitellius A. In reference to the two men that owned it. In 1731, it was irreparably damaged in a fire that tore through a building that housed other medieval manuscripts in Robert Bruce Cotton's collection. We can stop there. Let's just look at another one. We have a few here. You see? The Bride of the Linden King, Jill the Windy, the Cooper and the Two Dragons, Cully the Dragon Prince, Eagle the Queen of Serpents, the Gypsy and the Dragon, the Gypsy and the Dragon. Yeah, let's read this one. The Gypsy and the Dragons. In the vast steppes of Russia, there lived a tribe of gypsies who traveled up and down the country selling remedies and beads, never staying for too long in the same place. The leader was an astute and sharp-witted man whose name was Yuri, and he had 6 clever sons. One day, when the tribe was camped next to a town celebrating the holiday of Saint Basil, Yuri was told that a few words from there lived a Moyik, a Russian peasant who was selling coals at a very good price. The astute gypsy thought that he would be able to do a good deal if he brought the animals and then sold them again, and set out cheerfully. He put a piece of fresh cheese and slice of rye bread in a pouch and made his way to the Mojis village, leaving his people to sell their wares at the fair. On arriving in a neighboring village, he was surprised to find the place silent and deserted. He walked through the narrow streets in astonishment. He walked in the streets in astonishment, looking for clues as to what had happened. Suddenly he heard a terrified voice warning him, "Flee from here, wretch, if you don't want the dragon to devour you." "Who's speaking?" asked Yuri. "It is I, old Vestia," and from behind the 50 willow baskets emerged an old man with a long beard. He was stooped and trembling, and so thin that he was nothing more than skin and bone. "Hello, grandfather," said Yuri. "Amiably, what is going on here?" "Oh, my son," sighed the old man, "an evil dragon has devoured all the inhabitants of the town. People, animals, even the cats. I'm the only person left because I'm so old. The monster didn't fancy eating skin and bones, but today he will return, and as he will find nothing else to eat, he will eat me too. Wow, that's great. Go far from here if you do not want to suffer the same fate. Don't worry, grandfather, replied the bold Yuri. I am not afraid of the dragon. If you do what I tell you, no harm will befall you. Hide among the willow baskets and don't say a word. Soon the earth began to shake from the dragon's footsteps. He was enormous and looked very hungry. Yuri! Yeah, we're gonna end it there. Thanks to Yuri. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.